single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to use a sketch that I've initially done on Adobe Draw, and what I'm going to do is to extract the outline from the sketch. So to do that, what you do next is for you to hide the background layer. If you are using an Android, you also hide the background layer, then you save the image. When you're saving on Android, save without background, but when you're saving on iOS, just save the image to your gallery and that's it. So what you do next is to open IbisPaint X and click on My Gallery to start working. Then click on the plus sign above to add a new canvas format. You can pick any size you want, but I always go with the standard size. Then on the canvas page, you're going to import the sketch that you extracted. By importing, you click on the camera icon and select the sketch from your gallery. Rotate or resize the image to your preference. So the next thing you want to do is to add a new layer. Make sure the layer is below the sketch layer. So once you have that done, click on the color palette. You can always choose the color you want to by reducing the brightness or the saturation, or if you have a palette already, you can just use any of that. So the brush I'm going to use is the pen fade brush. That is the brush I'm going to use to lay down the base color for the skin. So just select pen fade brush and just painting the skin color. So the next thing you want to do is to add a new layer above the skin base. So do that by clicking on the plus sign, and once you have the new layer, you click on clipping to clip the new layer to the base layer. Clipping allows you to make any marking without the fear of going outside the base layer. So for the first skin shade, I'm going to use the airbrush triangle. For the first skin shade color, what you do is to reduce the brightness of the color 10% or 15% lower and increase the saturation 5 to 10%. Use the reference picture to check areas you need to shade. Still on the same layer, what you do next is to add more shades into the skin, and by doing that you also need to reduce the brightness of the color and increase the saturation. Use the reference picture you're working with to know the areas that needs more shading and add more shading to that area accordingly. Use the same procedure to add the third shade of color by reducing the brightness and increasing the saturation. As always, go back to your reference to know the areas that need more shading. Compare the picture and compare it with your reference to know if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. The last step in the shading phase is to add highlight. Use a bright color to add highlight to highlighted areas. This stage is optional, but what I like to do is to add a little bit of red tint into the skin. I like it because it gives the flow that the skin has blood underneath. Now to blend everything out, what you do is to click on the blur icon, and once you click on the blur icon, you can reduce or increase the brush size and gently go over the areas that you want to blend. After you've blended out all the area, most people skip this stage. What you do next is to add a new layer above, and once you've added the layer, also clip the layer so it can clip down to your base color. So this stage, you just pick out a dark shade on the skin and use the same brush as initial, which was the airbrush triangle. So I'm going to use the same airbrush triangle and add shades to the area that are highly shaded on the skin. Once you're done shading the areas, you click on the blur icon. The blending at this stage is different from the initial one. You're going to reduce the opacity of the blur brush, and for you to blend, you don't go over the entire picture. You only blur or blend around the edges of the shaded areas. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more tutorials, just click on the subscribe button below, because I'll be uploading more tutorials on how to make digital cartoon. Don't forget to like, share and comment down below on the areas you're finding troubles with. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.